We all love a good scare. Haunted houses and horror movies let us live out our fears in a fun way, preferably without the dangers of a real horror situation. Small haunted houses make upwards of $50,000 in the fall months, larger operations netting up to a cool $3 million. Horror movies pulled in $400 million last year. It's safe to say people will pay for someone to scare them. But does the thrill ever seem mundane? Do people ever need a new high to get the same jolt of fear? McKamey Manor has decided to fill this need. But is it a haunted house or the sick fantasies of Russ McKamey dressed up in legal packaging? A pioneer of extreme haunted attractions, McKamey Manor is an American haunted house where survival horror-style scenarios are played out. It may seem crazy, but this haunted house is so extreme that it requires a doctor's note, a 40-page waiver that seems to have reduced to 23 pages, and a safe word, a new addition. Yes, you heard that right. Before you can take part in McKamey Manor, there are some requirements that you must meet. First, you should be 21 years old or older, or 18 to 20 years with your parents' consent. Next is a completed sports physical and doctor's letter stating you are physically and mentally cleared. Pass a thorough background check provided by McKamey Manor. You also need to be screened via Facebook, FaceTime, or video call before you're allowed to be at the manor. You would also need proof of medical insurance. Yes, that's right. McKamey Manor is not joking around about being the most extreme haunted attraction. You will need to sign a detailed waiver and pass a portable drug test on the day of the challenge. You may think that the requirements to participate are a bit extreme, but whether you want to believe it or not, it is indeed a valid requirement. I already mentioned that it's safe to say people will pay for someone to scare them. But did I mention that McKamey Manor offers a $20,000 prize to anyone who can complete the challenge of the haunted house? The McKamey Manor may be extreme, but it also has extreme prize money, and guess what? The prize money is still untouched, not a single win. Many people took up the challenge, and the outcomes are extremely disturbing. With thousands of participants on the tour, there are some testimonies from the contestants who took on McKamey Manor's Extreme Haunted House Challenge, and videos of these contestants describing it as extreme.
You taped me up 5 times, alright? More than these guys, you had my mouth taped. You had my eyes taped about 3 times.
It was amazing. You guys know how to set up something that will scare the shit out of people.
I tried to warn you, didn't I?
Yeah, I've never been such terrorized and thrown around like a piece of paper.
That was phenomenal. It was nice. It feels like you guys have personalized it for each group that goes through. Oh.
I hated it.
How come?
Because they locked me up.
Did you have fun?
No.
Would you do it again?
No. It was scary.
The scariest thing every time?
By far.
That was awesome. It wears you out. It's scary and shit. It was awesome. Oh. And now.
But is it really true? Is that what they felt inside the manor? It turns out that those participants on the videos with positive reviews were reportedly only doing the video because it is part of the requirements, and the footage of what really happened inside the manor doesn't show everything. It is being said that during the tour, staff members of the manor reportedly have the power to physically assault contestants, make them put unknown substances in their mouth, bind and gag them, and engage in other forms of physical and mental torture. Other agreements in the waiver include poisonous animals, being buried alive, electrical shocks, use of hypodermic injections, tasers, and shock collars, tooth extraction, nail removal, water torture, and MK Ultra style mind control. According to a journalist, residents in the areas where the horror tour is located have reportedly questioned how the attraction remains lawful, despite a troubling waiver, even with multiple police calls. Remember the waiver? Also, it binds the participants to state that it is only a game to law enforcement, as well as assure the manor that the participant isn't involved with a police sting. Now that is truly extreme. Participant Laura Hertz Brotherton claims that during a 2016 visit to the manor, she repeatedly said her safe word before employees stopped tormenting and torturing her.
Hey everyone, this is Laura Brotherton coming to you live from my hotel room after I've just entered the McKamey Manor chamber. As you can see by the way I look, my lips, this is no joke, it's no laughing matter. For all of you that really want to do this, trust me, you don't. You do not want to do this. It's terrifying. It's so hard. I can't really explain.
Amy Milligan was also a participant in the manor and said going through the world's most extreme haunted house traumatized her.
And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I need to go home. I can't, let me out, let me out. And they're like, you're not done. And I was like, I'm done. I need to get out. Shoved my head back in the water. And I was like, they're not going to let me out. I'm going to die in here. McKamey Manor rips you to pieces and they don't care. And it's something that's not good. And I just needed to get it off my chest.
Russ McKamey is the founder of the McKamey Manor. There is a ton of video and content about him talking about the manor and about the participants complaining, and based on the way he spoke about it, it appears that everything is going according to plan, and that nothing is wrong with what is taking place there. He even posted videos and images of the participants while assuring everyone that everything was okay and legal. According to Russ, he is a master of hypnosis. He says that he hypnotizes his participants to believe that their greatest fears are happening, despite the truth being far from it. He says that any haunt has video footage as evidence to prove the past contestants' experiences were all in their head. Russ says his haunt is just a mental game, and the negative comments are unfounded.
They are just asking to have someone die or have a heart attack. What happens if someone dies during their tour? A waiver won't mean anything. We have had one heart attack, for real. 7 years ago we had a heart attack. That was good stuff.
Russ has received a legitimate police visit for kidnapping an electrician to bring him to his home in 2015 for work, stating he simply doesn't like people knowing where he lives, which seems a bit peculiar. You might be wondering, why is this absurd and dangerous horror attraction still running? It all comes down to the fact that McKamey Manor has a waiver that willing individuals have signed, although some states have petitions to make the waiver meaningless.
Arguably, the waiver is legal, at least for a lot of the things that it's trying to disclaim, and probably so is the attraction, unless there's a lot of unknown information that we don't have.
Well, many people are still a fan of McKamey Manor and are still willing to go, just to experience what it would be like. How about you? What do you think? Is it a torture chamber or simply an extreme haunted house with hypnosis as the driving force? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you again in the next video. Take care.